Did you spot the business mistake in this business here? Recently, I did a business short where I asked people to spot the business mistake, and the hint that I gave was it had to do with the products they're selling. Did you spot it? The answer to this is, what are they selling? You don't know because there's no sign that tells you. There's a Starbucks sign and a pharmacy sign, but you don't know what the business is. Now, why am I doing this particular video on a sign for a business? So I want to talk to you today about your business sign. A lot of business owners make the mistake of not investing in a business sign because they think it's not as important as other elements of their business. But I want to correct you on that today because in my opinion, a business sign is basically free marketing 24/7. Business owners mess this up all the time. How do they mess this up? Well, let me start by saying this. I have been living near this store for about the last 7 years. Since I became a flight attendant, since I moved to Chicago, I lived in the area of this particular store. And for 7 years, I thought it was a CVS. Why? Because of the pharmacy sign on the side of the building. Why did I think it was a CVS and not a Walgreens? Well, because Walgreens is catty corner from this particular business. So I naturally assumed it was a CVS because all over the country, CVS and Walgreens are often right across the street from each other. Businesses do that all over the world. Look at McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell. Those three businesses always seem to be within a few blocks of each other. But anyway, the reason that I'm doing this today is because this is a particular mistake that a lot of businesses make, what to do about their sign. Here's another example that I actually took a picture of when I was in South Carolina. And it's not this business here, it's actually this business right here. This, believe it or not, is a Subway sandwich shop. But you don't know that because you don't see the sign. What I want to talk to you today is how your sign should be posted on your building, especially in regards to traffic. So back to this particular store, about a month or two ago, I happened to be sitting in the drive-thru directly across the street, looking at the building, thinking about the business mistake series that I wanted to do for this channel. And I suddenly happened to realize that this was not a CVS that I was looking at. You can see the sign here about food. And I went, wait, when did CVS start selling food? They don't sell food. So then I looked more closely. I looked to the left and I saw another sign posted a little farther down the block that said Jewel Osco, meaning it's a grocery store if you don't know what a Jewel Osco is. I have been to this particular shopping center many times over the last 7 years and yet never noticed it was a Jewel Osco. Why didn't I notice? Because the signs, I couldn't see them. The only businesses in this shopping center are Target, Home Depot, Portillo's, all three of which I've been to often, and Jewel Osco. That's it. 4 businesses in that shopping center, and I didn't realize the fourth one was a Jewel Osco. I'm going to talk to you today about why, how this might affect your business depending on if you have a business location, what kind of things you should be doing if you have a business sign, and basically some ideas of how to fix it. So to start with, this street right here is a very busy street. This is the street that I always came up on. This is the direction that I came from. There's another busy street here. This is the side of the building that they put the Jewel Osco sign on. Now, basically, I always came from this direction. And I never noticed the Jewel Osco because I saw the Target sign, I saw the Home Depot sign. They were both huge, they were both obvious, they both faced the street. And the one sign that had the names of the businesses on it was basically covered by a tree from the direction that I was coming from. So I never noticed it. I never bothered to look. The sign was not huge. I never happened to glance over in that direction. I just thought it was kind of a dead shopping center. And like I said, it wasn't until I was sitting in the drive-thru directly across the street, looking directly at the building, and saw the little sign that they had for the specials of the day that I realized, wait, that is not a CVS. And that's why I took a picture of this. Check out this video that I took on Halloween. I just hopped in a car, drove randomly around Chicago, down different streets, different areas, and just hit the record button on my camera. This first street, it's an affluent area. You can see it's 2 lanes going in each direction, so 4 lanes total. You can see that there's a lot of trees on this street. Most of the business owners have signs that do not light up. They're basically simple signs. They might be painted, they might be custom ordered, but most of them don't light up. How do I know that? Here's the same street at 6:15 p.m. the next night. Again, you can see as I'm driving down the street that there's not really any lit up signs. Here's another street that I took a picture of. This is actually a busier street, and it's also an affluent area. This street has 3 lanes going in each direction. And it actually goes right past the Jewel Osco. So here is actually the Jewel Osco coming from the other direction. They recently cut down the tree. As you can see, this is Chicago. There are so many small businesses in the Chicagoland area, so many business owners. And what would the city be without this? The problem is, all of these small businesses are not actually taking advantage of the power that could be their sign. As you can see, as I'm driving down the street, you can't read the signs, and I'm going approximately 30 miles an hour while driving down these streets. So I'm not driving very fast, but I'm having to watch out for traffic. So I can't just turn my head to the left and the right to try to read each sign as I go by. That doesn't work. I have to keep my eyes going forward. So imagine you're sitting in the car next to me. Imagine you're driving on this road. Try to spot as many business signs as you can. Try to figure out what they are as I go by at 30 miles per hour. As you can see, it's not easy because there's a lot of trees in the way. So basically, the only way that a driver is going to see those signs is to either turn their head and look at the sign as they pass the business, or to be in the passenger seat. Maybe they're on the bus, maybe they're walking, or to be like I was the other day and sitting in a drive-through directly across from the business and go, oh, there's a business there. If you want to change this, it's very simple. All you need to do is you need to get a sign like this, one that sticks out perpendicular from the business. And the best kind of sign you can get is one that lights up. Now, I want to point out, a lot of business owners, again, don't think that they want to invest in a sign that lights up. They think of all the other things that they have to pay for. And honestly, once you get the sign, you pretty much never think about it again. So here is the second night. This is at 6:15 p.m. Like I said, I'm driving down the same street. And as you can see, the street is mostly dark except for street lights. There are a few businesses that have lights. It's Friday night, November 1st now. They could continue to operate the business. Most businesses in this area shut their doors at 5 p.m. So you would think, oh, it's no big deal to have a sign that doesn't light up at 5 p.m. because the sun will have set anyway. Who cares if they can't read it, if they can't see it? Except for the fact that people still drive on this road a lot, which means you're basically losing out on the opportunity to get free marketing from your sign. By free marketing, what I really mean is that you spend a one-time cost to buy the sign, and then whatever the cost of the electricity is to light up that sign is your free marketing. When people are driving down a dark road, their eyes are constantly scanning the shadows to make sure that there's no pedestrians, nobody that's about to run into the street in front of them, but they also tend to look towards the light, wherever the light is at. They kind of do it subconsciously. You have a lit up sign that they drive by at night, and yours is the only lit up sign on the street, they're going to take notice of it because it's going to become a landmark. Like, have you ever driven home at night and you look for certain landmarks? This landmark means I'm halfway home. This landmark is the corner that I turn on. This landmark means that I'm about to get off of the freeway. When I'm driving home, I get off the freeway, I turn left. One of the things I happen to look for, there's a Dunkin' Donuts gas station to the right. And then the next one on the left is Thornton's, and then Shell. My eyes kind of just go to them each time. And I think for a lot of people, our eyes automatically go to a gas station, even if we don't want to. One, because we're looking at the price. And two, it's lit up. At night when you're driving, your eyes tend to scan and it tends to settle on things that are lit up. So even if your business is closed, if you have a sign that lights up, you're making yourself memorable in the eyes of the people that live in that area that are going to pass that sign every day. And they're going to be aware of your business that's there. If I were to ask you to name all the small businesses on Main Street in your town, you probably wouldn't be able to because you don't necessarily know it's there. One, a lot of businesses have a lot of changeover pretty quickly, which is kind of sad, but it's the truth. A lot of small businesses don't get things figured out in time and don't get to keep their doors open. The ones that do, sometimes they struggle and they don't know why. A sign is a very simple reason why a lot of businesses don't survive. The reason I say that is because if people don't know where your business is, or if they don't know your business exists, then your business can't survive. So what kind of sign should you get? Very simple. You want a sign that sticks out perpendicular from the business. You also want it to light up. I highly recommend you do not buy a sign where each letter is individually lit up, specifically because you've probably seen it yourself before. 1, 2, 3, or more of the letters will burn out, and business owners don't realize it, and they don't change it out in time. It's far better to get a sign with either a square shape, a circle shape, a rectangle shape, star, whatever, with the words written on the business sign with a fluorescent light on the inside of the sign. That way, if the light goes out, all you do is you've got one light bulb to change. That's it. Fluorescent light bulb 2, low energy. Only going to cost you a couple bucks a year to light that sign up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And like I said, if you're the only business on your street that's lighting up your sign, people are going to remember your business. They're going to know you're there. That is going to put you into their minds subconsciously. It gives you an opportunity to make more sales to them, to advertise to them. What should you put on your sign? Honestly, you should always put a logo on your sign. Whatever your logo is for your brand, it's always a good idea to put on specifically whatever your specialty is. Say your restaurant sells hot dogs, you want a hot dog on the sign so people will see the hot dog and remember the sign. If you're a lawyer, you're going to want to put attorney at law on there. If you're a doctor, you want to put doctor on there. If you're a construction company, you could put general construction, but if you have a specialty like windows, put windows on there. Gutters, roofs, whatever your business is, you want to put at least one word on the sign that says what your business is, because that is going to get ingrained in somebody's mind. Now, actually, if you can't afford to do a sign that sticks out perpendicular from the business, if you're on the corner, you can put it on the side of the building so that when people are driving up to it, they see it. Just remember, like in the case of this Jewel-Osco, people can't see it coming from the wrong direction, and they don't necessarily look into shopping centers to see what there is. So the biggest mistake that this Jewel-Osco made is that it only put its sign on one corner that is only visible from basically two directions, and not on the side where there was a lot of traffic. If you have a lot of traffic passing a particular corner of your business, you want the sign there. If they're driving past your business, you want that sign sticking out so that they see it. So they don't have to turn their head and look. You want it to stick out past the trees, and you want to make sure that the trees around your business are trimmed back. Simple, easy, not too expensive. If you have a sign for your business and it isn't like this, you should consider investing in one as soon as you can. Because like I said, it's free 24/7 marketing. Just a quick reminder, if you guys like this video, if you think it could help a small business that you know, share it with them, hit the like button. That helps me spread the word to more businesses. And if you want more tips like this, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys again for your time, and see you in the next Chair Chat.